just happened. Let me ask you about this staggering number of Republicans who voted against even holding a trial in the Senate for Donald Trump.
It's not surprising. Look, right now, when you look around the country, Nicole, there are at least 4 or 5 Republican state parties that are now Q parties. They've been taken over fully by the QAnon people. Matt Gaetz has made clear that Donald Trump is the forever leader of the Republican Party and the America First movement. And that America First movement, his, just like the one that preceded it, 85, we have to be clear-eyed about that in this moment in time. And so that vote isn't surprising. Donald Trump is in Mar-a-Lago. He is regrouping. He's made his first endorsements. He's opened up his former office. We'll see what their next move is. But these Republican senators will not be able to look away from what happened. And what happened was incited to violence by the President of the United States, Donald Trump, a horde that consisted of white supremacists, white nationalists, fascist Proud Boys, extremist militias, violent and murderous thugs stormed the Capitol of the United States. They bludgeoned to death a policeman. 6 people were killed. During that violent attack on the Capitol of the United States, the American flag was ripped down. The MAGA flag was raised in its place, raised over the American flag. The floors of the Senate and the House of Representatives were desecrated. A constitutionally mandated function was interrupted on purpose on the basis of a big lie that those members like Hawley, like Cruz, not only were complicit in, were the fathers of. And so that incited mob came, and it came for the purposes of denying the franchise in part to millions of black voters who had decided to change course from the Trump presidency. And after that attack, 7 senators, 140 House members voted, in essence, to throw out millions of black votes to install the loser of the election as the winner, to make the loser the dictator, and end the American Republic. That was the consequence of that vote if it had succeeded. So no, this was weeks ago, not years ago. There is no moving on from this. This is why corporate America, big company after big company, Google today, has said no more donations to you, the Sedition Caucus. And so what we see is a desire for fantasy, a desire for delusion, to turn away from the desecration of the Capitol incited by the president, the second branch of government attacking the first. There will be accountability in this country. There will be justice in this country, and it won't just be for the incited. It will be for the inciters as well as this plays out. A disappointing vote, but not surprising, but one much less grounded in reality than a fantasy that they believe wrongly that they can push away.
And Matt Weiser, the president showing more leg, if you will, than he had in the past in a pull-aside with CNN last night, saying basically the trial must happen, that there isn't unity, there isn't an opportunity for bipartisanship without it.
Yeah, and I think Biden's answer was certainly interesting, where he's addressing what he views as the need to move forward, but he was also indicating in that interview that he does not think that the votes are there for a conviction, for some of the reasons as Steve just outlined. And I think for Biden, he's ready to move past this impeachment trial. He sees the need for it. But he also is very focused on his own agenda. So I think there's some concern at the White House that they could get too bogged down, frankly, in talking about President Trump too much. He has a full plate, as we've seen just today. As you outlined kind of at the top, I mean, Biden is addressing all sorts of crises simultaneously. Just today alone, he's talked with Vladimir Putin, taking on a much harder line than the prior president with the Russian president. He's done executive orders on racial equality. You saw the first female vice president swearing in the first female Treasury secretary. They're dealing with the coronavirus. It's just there's on all fronts he's dealing with these things, and I do think that the